In this video I'm going to show you 7-Nation Army in Strudel and how you can make it. So let's listen how it sounds before we start into. Yeah, and as you can guess, you can do a lot of extra functionality in here. So what you noticed is that I removed those underscores, and by underscores you can just mute tracks. Yeah, if I mute all of them, you don't hear anything, and I can just activate the kick drum, for example. And what you see here is essentially 4 bass drums, and I essentially can also write 4 bass drums like this, and this is what will be played in one cycle. And a cycle has this length, which is essentially just taken from songster.com. So I took the notes for the guitar. You can also see the drums and other tracks here, but yeah, for the moment this is fine, I guess. Yeah, and if I would remove 2 of them, it would just be kick drums on 1 and 3. So if you count like 1, 2, 3, 4, it would just be 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But we won't have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I started counting, so you see here at which beat it is. This is the 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how it works. And the snare is muted on the first and played on the second. And with this exclamation mark notation, I just say this is doubled. Essentially, this is the same here. So let's listen what the snare drum plays. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I update to this, it's exactly the same. Yeah, it's just a different notation for the same thing. And drum set combined, kick and snare. And of course, in the beginning of the song, you just have the kick drum, and of course, there's much more details in the full song. But just for simplicity, that you know, in the beginning there's just the kick drum, and actually in the first cycles there will only be a guitar, so both kick and snare will be muted. And of course, you can do much more arrangements with Strudel, but I'm not going into this in this video. So this might look a little bit cryptic. So what is written here are essentially 2 cycles. So let's go for a simpler version. Yeah, let's just comment this out. Let's go for, I don't know, 50 and 51, and let's see what happens if I play this. So what's happening here is that there's one cycle with 50 and another cycle with 51. And if I would put a third cycle, it would just play, I should click on update. Okay, let's stop and start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it starts over. So with this notation, I encode that those 3 things are played in different cycles, so they are alternating. And what I did here was just the first cycle, and by putting those parentheses around, this is the first cycle and this is the second cycle. If I want to go for 4/4 bars, yeah, bars. Okay, so let's see how the first bar looks. And as you see, I don't take the second one for the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of notations here as well. So essentially I can reduce it just to the notes. This will not be rhythmic at all, but just that you hear the sounds. Yeah. And by putting those add symbols, I specify the length. So you see the first note is 3/8. Yeah. Then the next one is 1/8. This is 1.5/8, 1.5 and 1. So here's essentially, I could also annotate at 1, but it's not necessary for this one. And the second cycle, let's listen to the second cycle. Yeah, let's move it back up here and just take the second cycle just to make sure we are on the same page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, this is exactly the second bar encoded here. And of course, what you could do is you can put all of them also in one cycle. But since you specify the length of a cycle, this is like cycles per minute. If I put everything into one cycle, it will be twice as fast. So let's listen. But I could fix it just by putting divided by 8, yeah? Which means that I just scale down the whole thing, and instead of 4, a bar of 4 notes, I consider a bar of 8 as one cycle. Yeah? So you can specify what is a cycle, and to be conform with those notation here, it doesn't matter which notation you prefer. To be conform with this notation here, I decided to split it into 2 bars. Here's the first bar and here's the second bar. And let's listen to it once more. So when I play it the first time, the first cycle will play like those, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 in the next cycle here. Okay. And now what happened? It's too slow because just for illustrating, I slowed it down. So let's speed it up again because I want to have 24 beats per minute. Like this is like the 124 is the beats of a 1/4, but we want to have this many cycles. I have to divide this number by 4. Yeah. So let's go for the corrected speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, second bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it repeats as you can see. And if I now activate kick drum, you will see there's only one cycle. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just to illustrate, I could make another package. Concerning the other parentheses, there's a lot of notation in Strudel. I can put those whole things into parentheses. It doesn't really matter for now. It's just saying like this is one package. Yeah, I can consider something like a sub-cycle if you wish. So let's just see the same thing. It's exactly the same. But what I can do is I can put another bass drum, kick drum, in here, and on the fourth note, and I put it into parentheses, which means there's 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, and the 4th unit will be 2 kick drums. And if you just listen to the kick drum, it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, the 4 will be played twice. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So you can make the patterns more complicated. I can, for example, also double the kick on the second note as well. So it will be like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and now. Yeah, and you see where things are going. But let's undo the whole bass drum because it's a very simple progression. But as you can see, you can vary here a lot, and even do much more complicated kick drum, snare drum patterns. And of course, you can also merge the kick and the snare drum into one track. Yeah, so I separated them so that I can mute one of them and activate it later or deactivate the snare. So by clicking update, it's activated or deactivated. And if I don't want to have this feature, I can just put a comma here and put the second track into the same line here. So it will be like, this is like played independent. So this is one cycle and here's another cycle. And I can completely remove this because it's, again, both of them have the same sound bank. Yeah, this is how it sounds. And this is just for the volume. I will show you this in a second. So you see both of them are played simultaneously. Yeah, but let's go back to the previous as I have prepared it. And actually, yeah, in the beginning I had like bass drum exclamation mark 4 just to keep things short in the notation. Yeah, just to make sure that you see it's the same. But from a visual point of view, of course, I agree, it's nicer to have it written like this. If you see the song, because you see like blinking like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you see 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't have this visual feeling if you put it with exclamation marks like this. So it's just always, it's always just highlighting the bass drum, but you get the idea. Okay, so let's kick out the guitar and just look at the snare drum. What I can do here with gain is I can put it louder if I just set gain to 1, or much more quiet. And yeah, if we go back to 1/4, I can also change the bank. So the default bank will sound like this. And there's many others. And as you can see, I also changed the bank here to electric guitar muted. So let's see what the guitar is doing. What is this 3 here? There's different types of sounds for electric guitars. As you see, this one is an octave higher and so on, but you can also shift it down. This one is distorted a little bit, and there's a lot of different sounds provided by Strudel. Okay, so you can experiment with all this also by yourself. There's a lot of different sounds, and you can even put your own sounds if you want. The default sound would be a piano, I think, or something. No, okay, it's not a piano, but a keyboard kind of thing, or just, I don't know exactly. Just look it up what the default is. Maybe a sine wave. I don't know. Okay. So let's go back to where I started. I had a 3 here, and this, I think this is, where is that? Exclamation mark 4, of course. Yes, this is where I started. And I also put the code on my GitHub. So if you just go to this link, you can just copy from the Seven Nation Army file the content, and yeah, if you copy the content, go to Strudel.com, not .com. Let me stop the music. So if you go to Strudel.cc, it's completely written in JavaScript, so you can just go there on the web page, put the code and click play, and you will have exactly the same that I showed you now. And yeah, so And if you want to experience more, how did I end up what I showed you? No, I didn't want to click on share, I wanted to show started, how you can get started. So there's a lot of information about Strudel on the web page, which I will not read now, but you can do this in much slower speed. But just to give you an impression, if you click on first sounds, first notes, you will see how you can arrange bass drum, hi-hat, snare drum, and so on. And yeah, the first one is more for percussion instruments, and the second one is, yeah, here you see that the first one is the first example that you hear is piano. That's why I thought the default is piano, but it's not. Yeah, so, and if I would put here something like this, yeah, 50, yeah. This, that's wrong. It's definitely wrong. But you get the idea. So I could encode here again 7 Nation Army by writing it like this. 1.5 here, 1.5 here, 50. That was one too much, of course. And this is at 4, yeah, this is at 2. Let's go. Still not correct. Yeah, and you can of course just look it up, and then you see that this is how it should be. And of course there's not the 40. I screwed it up. Of course this should be 50. There should be another 52 here. That was my mistake, sorry for that. But the rest I think looks okay. Yeah. And of course the break in the end is missing. And of course what sounds wrong is it's piano and it's too fast. So if you just scroll over all these tutorials, you can just listen how they sound, and you can modify them. And while you're doing it, you get a lot of extra informations like setting different instruments. You see that everything is nicely visualized. So if I click here, you see a lot of animations, and yeah, just have a look at the website. It's really interesting. I just found it a few days ago, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching.